Hello there. This week's update from the world of football, friends, and even in this, a playoff weekend, I'm afraid it's scandal, scandal, scandal. First off, Sweden, where naturally they're having a Volvo scandal. This, crazy football, after the Swedish FA gave their longest-serving male player, Anders Svensson, a luxury car for totting up 146 caps, and their longest-serving female player, Therese Sjögren, nothing, even though she's got 41 more national team appearances than him. Sexist or what? He gets a Volvo, but she's got a vulva. Well, the story big enough to knock even Friday's clash with Portugal off the front pages. It's a car crash of an award, says GT, and it sends the wrong message to the nation. Indeed, Sweden's FA, you'll be happy to know, now hastily reversing and claiming that they were only giving the car to Svensson because they think he's going to retire soon, so she also will get the vehicle when she stops. That's all right then. We'll move on to Spain then next, where again, local ingredients. They're having a tizz over an uncured ham. The injury to Leo Messi, 2 months without Messi, the reigning World Player of the Year, out with that hamstring problem till after Christmas. And as the sport puts it, broken and beaten, faith now shaken in Barcelona's training regime. Meanwhile, by Wednesday over in Madrid, AS had an entirely new controversy to put on their front page, namely Spain's friendly with Equatorial Guinea. Now, Guinea is a former Spanish colony which, since a bloody coup in 1979, has been in the hands of Teodoro Obiang, a man described as the dictator's dictator. To give you an idea of how bad his regime is, Blatter gave them a tournament just last year. Well, amid allegations of corruption and human rights abuses, the notion of Spain being the first European side to visit there, essentially guinea pigs, has appalled the Madrid press. As AS puts it, this makes us go red. They report that Amnesty International and Human Rights have asked for the game to be suspended, and the paper agrees. It's a dirty use of La Roja, says their editorial. Who is to blame? The FA and the government both say each other is behind the decision, but they both owe us an explanation. Yeah, it's not like Spanish clubs to lend their support to regimes with dodgy human rights records. And in other news this week, here's Barcelona unveiling their new jerseys for next season with the nice big logo of Qatar. Oh, never mind. Mind you, if Amnesty and the others really wanted this Equatorial Guinea game to be suspended, they could have talked to the specialists, Italian supporters. Yep, just this weekend, another crazy case involving them in Italy's third division, in the derby, in fact, between Salernitana and Nocerina, neighbouring teams these, down in Campania, near Naples. Now, for reasons of public order, Nocerina fans were banned from travelling to the fixture, so furious at being labelled troublemakers, 200 of the peace-loving souls turned up at the training ground to tell Nocerina's players that if the game went ahead, it would be fishes in the post all round. Well, come Sunday afternoon, the game did start at Salerno's Orecchie Stadium, but just after 1 minute, Nocerina's manager suddenly made all 3 of his substitutions, after which another 5 of his players keeled over with mystery ailments. Hey presto, the referee was forced to suspend the game, to the delight of the Nocerina fans back home and the one flying his microlight in protest over the stadium. The rest of Italy, though, not quite so impressed. Here's Gazzetta on Monday. Threats from the ultras, it's the derby of shame. Corriere that same day, shame of the ultras. It's possibly the lowest point in our national game. A league fixture suspended over the threat of violence. The next day, Gazzetta saying almost as bad as the threats of violence are the comments by Salernitana's owner, Claudio Lotito, who also runs Lazio, of course, who suggested that the blame for the incidents lies not with the supporters, but with the FA for putting the two teams, who are 12 miles apart, in the same regional grouping. Says Lotito, it's like having Palestinians playing Israelis. Well, says the Gazzetta, with the dramatic Ultimo Stadio headline on Wednesday, when will this power of the ultras be curbed? They say anarchy still reigns in our stadiums, and inside they list some of the more extraordinary recent incidents, like April 2012. Genoa's players stripped of their jerseys by their own fans after they got defeated by Siena, or the infamous case in March 2004 in the Rome derby, which was basically stopped by supporters at half-time so that they could go outside and have a ruck with the law instead. Well, for now, the Italian government has once again promised zero tolerance for fan violence, and also to finally push through laws favouring the building of new grounds, which supposedly could be policed more easily. As such, though, it wasn't the best week to discover that the one new ground that has been built, the Juventus Arena in Turin, will be part closed for Juve's next game after their supporters sang songs asking Vesuvius to give Napoli another rinse down. Still, what was nice was to discover that the Italian FA will instead fill those sections of the Juventus Arena with local kids next time, in a measure that Tuttosport announces is going to be adopted in future across Italy whenever sections of grounds are closed for disciplinary reasons. Children, let's hope they really are the future. And on that rare note of positivity, that is it for this week's papers. We'll be back in 7 days' time with more continental cuttings. Do join us then.